Bang. Bona fide.
Disconnect from here because
No, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine.
we're
Okay. So, hi there, everybody. I believe we are live. So,
hello there.
okay, so to start with, to answer Roland's question, bona fide is authentic, genuine, yeah? This dog is a bona fide terrier, not a mongrel. That was the word. Hi there, Count Beauty. I love your timing. Spot on.
Spot on, yeah.
Good evening, VG.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, I've got one about writing essays, Sienna, but I will do another about writing essays because it's very good. Great to have you as well, Alma. And what we're going to do is we're going to continue this article we've been doing about why bosses don't want people or to continue working at home.
Yep. Alex has brought me up to speed with the article, so yeah, we can get into it.
So what's up, Vitaly? Great to see you. Great to see you as well, Gabriel. Good to have you here. Yep, this is my lovely daughter.
Nice to meet you, Gabriel.
Yeah. Okay, so the last one we did was read for me.
Okay, so outcomes, verdicts, judgments, discoveries, findings, facts from an online survey of 200 US executives in August suggested they didn't have full faith in a third of their staff to correctly utilise the collaborative remotes.
So good evening, Renyard. Good evening, Vides. Good evening, Manji. So I don't know if you remember this one, but it was quite a difficult one. The answer was findings.
Caps there. Okay.
Yeah, so like that they can see what the right answer is. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the first real one. You need to wait until it appears here. Yes, absolutely. Findings. Perfect.
Really good.
Really good, Vitaly. Okay, so
Shalom.
Yeah, yes, that's definitely Renyard. Good evening, Amin. Yes, so good you remember it. Last time you saw her was in December 2020.
Could be.
Yeah, you've been very busy though.
Yeah, I have been.
Okay, so let me read this next one then. Earlier in the pandemic, research for Harvard Business Review showed that 41% of managers were skeptical about whether teleworkers could remain motivated, inspired, driven, galvanized, eager, encouraged in the long term. Yeah, this is Lizzie.
Yeah, Elizabeth or Lizzie.
Okay, so good evening, Maria Mikkonen. Good to have you. Hello, Tanya, as well. Nice to have you. So, what are the possibilities here?
Oh, sorry. So we have motivated, inspired, driven, galvanized, eager, and encouraged. What do you think? So somebody there says motivated or driven.
That's Vitaly.
Vitaly. Count Beauty says eager. Vibe says motivated. Victor Gabriel motivated.
Hi there, Tomek.
Okay, motivated.
Nora goes for motivated. Hi there, left, right. Good
Yo.
to have you. Sienna goes for motivated. Gabriel. Yeah. Okay, so you've got to find the right word to fit in the gap. I mean, okay. So motivated. Let's see. I think this looks like Alexander, but it looks different. Goes for motivated. And Kike, good evening. Good evening, Manu. Great to see you. Motivated from Jerry. Tomek goes driven. Maria Mikkonen for motivated. Manji and Meme for motivated. Yes, she does know the answer.
I know the answer. Oh. You know, I believe it's motivated, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so we'll do the meanings in a second, Alma. So Renyard goes for motivated, but he likes galvanized as well. Kike goes for motivated. Roland goes for motivated. Good evening, Adam. Great to see you. And VG goes for motivated or encouraged. And imposter, good to see you. So let's look at some of these. Okay, and Peter goes for motivated as well. Nearly everybody's gone for motivated.
Yeah.
So would you like to define one of these words for us, Lizzie?
Okay, so somebody asked about the meaning of galvanized.
Yeah.
And okay, so coats with a thin layer of metal by electrochemical means.
Yeah, to stop it rusting.
To shock or stimulate.
Yes. So to galvanize,
Figuratively.
to galvanize someone is to make them move, to get them moving. He was galvanized when I offered him some money, for example. Okay, so Alma motivated, and
thank you, Manjura. Okay, that's nice. That's sweet.
you need at least C1. C2 is better, and if you're a native, this is still difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but one's got to be motivated in the long term, is what Maria says. So, okay, and Adam goes for motivated as well. Imposter's your cousin. So great to have your cousin here, left or right. So the answer is, as you all said, motivated.
Congrats.
Congrats. So to remain inspired, I suppose so, but it's not a good answer. To remain driven. Normally I would use driven to talk about somebody who has the hounds of hell behind them. Somebody who is more than motivated. They're obsessed with something. Okay, to galvanize, to get into action, to make somebody act. To stimulate. Eager in the long term. Eager means interested. And encouraged, I guess encouraged works as well, but it's not a very good word. So motivated is definitely the answer. Yeah, by far.
Why not encouraged?
I don't think encouraged is wrong, but I don't think it's a very good answer.
Motivated would be the best fit, even though of course some of these words could still work.
Yeah, and very often in these. So for staff to remain encouraged, yes. I would prefer that my staff were motivated, because if you're motivated, it's saying you have drive to go ahead.
And the thing I think to be motivated is a more intrinsic thing, like it comes from the inside, and if you're being encouraged, I guess it comes from the outside. So
yeah, a coach encourages his team, for example. So.
Middlemiss warns there's a genuine risk these kinds of attitudes towards remote office employees will swell, widen, improve, stretch, dilate, amplify pre-existing biases, such as those linked to race, class, disability, and gender.
So here we have swell, widen, improve, stretch, dilate, amplify biases or pre-existing biases.
So Mariah or Maria says widen. Manjura says widen as well. Camp Beauty also said widen. Gabriel said widen. Okay, they're all going for widen.
Yeah, okay, that's good. That's good. It sounds like we're going to have a clean sweep.
Yeah.
So
somebody there says amplify.
Okay, Vitali goes for amplify. Mumbo jumbo. Yes, there's definitely a mumbo jumbo video.
Ina goes for amplify or widen.
Adam for amplify. Nora for widen.
I guess people here are divided between amplify and widen.
Hike goes for amplify. Maria is changing her mind. She's worried now.
And Shiana is asking, what's the difference between widen and amplify, which is a great question.
Yes. Okay, so to widen is to make more wide, whereas to amplify is to make something bigger.
It can go in any direction.
You amplify sound, for example. It makes it a lot louder.
Yeah, but you can widen a road.
Yeah. Okay, absolutely. So Jerry goes for swell. Okay. Roland goes for widen. Imposter amplify. Meme for improve. Renyard for amplify. Vitali. Oh no, this is not Vitali. I think your name is Alexander, but I see a V or V at the beginning, so I'm not so sure, meaning widen. Oksana goes for amplify. Good to have you, Oksana.
Hello.
Left for right goes for amplify.
Amjad is going for amplify as well. Peter also goes for amplify. Armin, swell or widen?
Yeah. Okay, so how do we use nowhere in English? I've got nowhere to go. I'm on a road to nowhere, to no place. So nowhere doesn't really exist because everywhere is somewhere.
He was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, I went nowhere. So amplify is intensify. Very good, Abira. Very good indeed. Okay, and Sienna goes for widen. So which one are you going to go for, Lizzie?
Amplify.
Amplify, definitely. Amplify is definitely the right answer. So let's see. Let's look at swell. To swell, swollen, to get bigger. I twisted my ankle and it started to swell.
Yeah.
I put the rice in water and it started to swell, to get bigger. Yeah. But
you can't really use swell figuratively, can you? It's going to be.
No, it's much more physical. I quite agree. I'm going to leave widen until last. To improve means to make better, and you don't want bias is a bad thing, so you're not going to use improve to meaning to make better. Strengthen. Yes, I think strengthen would probably work for anyone.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's see. To stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I stretched the rubber band. To dilate makes me think about a woman in labor and how dilated the uterus is. Or your pupils can dilate. Yeah, I'm sure our pupils are dilated because it's quite dark in here. Okay, so let's see. Maria's sure it's widened now. Oksana says a bias is definitely something to amplify, something intangible. I like the
good word.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Hair. Inflamed. We would say inflamed, Jerry. So you're going for swell now. Okay. There's another Manjira. That's interesting. Hi to you. So, okay, it's your nephew this time, left right. That's brilliant. To exacerbate, that's a good word. Yes, right on the money was I. You're nearly always right on the money, Vitali. You know it well. Okay, let's see. To widen is physical, it's two-dimensional. Whereas amplify, this is something intangible, as Oksana said, which is in all directions. Yeah? Okay, so definitely to amplify, to make louder.
You can use widen figuratively, I guess, but it has to be like
Yeah, you can
on a one-dimensional, two-dimensional scale.
Yeah, you can widen a gap. So the difference between rich and poor is widening. Yeah,
rich and poor.
Yeah.
Dimensions, but biases in this case are talking about many biases. So.
Okay, so.
Okay, even before COVID-19, women were more likely to request flexible working due to caring responsibilities. For example, says Middlemiss, and are therefore likely to be unevenly, disproportionately, lopsidedly, too inappropriately affected if companies prioritise retaining or promoting office staff.
Okay, Rania. So if a woman is in labour, it's when she's giving birth. It's when the waters break and the baby is coming. Yeah. So it's more than pregnant. It's pregnant and the baby's coming. So
disproportionately.
That's Vitali and Count and Abira.
No, Abira says inappropriately.
Sienna goes disproportionately.
Armin unevenly. Mariah giving birth in the process of.
In labour.
Yeah,
disproportionately, that's for Adam. Left right goes for disproportionately as well. Gabriel for disproportionately. and we give them a little bit more time
Yeah,
because
give
there's
you some time.
more coming. Okay, we've got some good words here.
Yeah.
Uneven, disproportionate, lopsided.
Roland Simon, disproportionately.
True or inappropriate.
Okay, Raj goes for lopsided. Enrique goes for unevenly.
And Maria Mikkonen for disproportionately.
Okay.
So we've got quite a split here. Yeah. Although definitely you're all tending towards disproportionately. Okay, let's explain lopsided first.
Okay.
So if something is lopsided, it's not straight. Or one side is much bigger than the other. Yeah. This picture isn't straight, it's lopsided. One side is down and the other side is up. Or maybe I have my hair cut and they cut a lot more off one side than they do the other. Then my hair is lopsided.
His hair was lopsided when I did his last haircut. Yeah, not even or balanced, not the same on one side as on the other.
So Manjira goes for disproportionately, Raj goes for disproportionately, Mr. Fox for inappropriately. Lopsided is your head. Maybe, yeah. My head's lopsided. It's not straight up. I guess both our heads are lopsided so we can look in towards the camera. Okay. Alexander goes for unevenly. Nora goes for disproportionately. And Jerry for unevenly.
I love that you've decided that his name is Alexander.
Look, that's an L-A-D-E-R.
Okay. Okay.
My Russian's not good, but I can just about read the letters.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I think it should be something like Black Thunder. Yeah, or Black. It's Vladimir.
Maybe it's Vladimir.
Vladimir.
Okay.
Yes, it's definitely. I'm sure I've got that right. So,
man, you have to you have to help us out. Okay.
So let's.
Nora disproportionately, Jerry unevenly.
Duncan, the weight is disproportionately distributed.
And now the table is lopsided.
Absolutely, okay, that's really good.
Vladimir, okay.
Yes.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Thank you for calling me up. Crooked. Yeah.
Okay, is lopsided the same as crooked? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're missing an R there, but.
Yeah, cooked. Poutine. Okay. Lopsidedly, not symmetrical. That's a good one, Amjad. Okay, so clearly disproportionately is our answer. Disproportionately is the right answer.
Okay, that
Pro
many typos there.
There's
even an A in there. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Leave. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go, finally. Okay.
He's enjoying the stream.
Okay. Lovely. So, Roland says, wealth is unevenly distributed in our society. The distribution of wealth is lopsided. Okay, so I'm glad you're happy about our work, Mohammed. It's really good. So imposter goes unevenly, Vladimir, yes, and left for right. Okay, so lopsided, uneven, not one side. Is unevenly affected? Do you think that could fit?
To be unevenly affected if companies.
Yes, I guess it works.
It could work.
But disproportionately is definitely the good word. A good word. So I'm going to give unevenly a second place.
Yeah. So, inappropriately affected. What do you think about that one?
I don't like it at all because if it's inappropriate, it means it's wrongly affected in a bad way. Yeah. Two just can't work. It would have to be very. So disproportionately number one and evenly number two. Okay, so a disproportionate number of people don't speak English.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so yes,
But they're trying to learn.
but they're trying to learn. But you see, all of you speak pretty good English.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, okay, absolutely. It's a Spanish keyboard. I'm on her computer today. Normally, mine is set up for English and Spanish, but I have it in the English one. So,
Okay, retaining top talent. On the reverse, other, flip side, back, inverse, rear, they're already answering.
yeah,
Employment experts predict that despite some managers' resistance to remote working, they might simply have to make it an ongoing option as companies seek to keep and recruit employees.
an ongoing option, something that continues, something that's ongoing, something that doesn't stop. So, flip side for Vitali, Vibes, Nora, Count, Maria Mikkonen, Tomek, Alma, Manji, Renyard, Abira, Sienna. Good evening, Knife. Great to have you with us.
Good evening.
Yeah. Okay, yes. So, okay, reverse, other side, flip side, back, inverse, rear.
I think all of them are going for flip side.
They're all going for flip side.
Hmm.
It's a landslide. So, good evening to you in Somalia, Abuba. Great to have you. So, I'm going to let them out of their misery.
Not bad for a third language anyways, but English can be confusing. It definitely can. English can be weird, but it can be understood through tough, thorough thought though.
Okay, yes. And Adam,
Ooh.
Jerry.
Amjad says reverse.
Okay, the flip side is definitely the right answer.
Yeah.
So, on the rear, rear normally means back.
On the back.
In the back. It's
Yeah.
in the rear as well. On the inverse. No. The inverse of this is, but no. The flip side, the other side of the coin.
Yeah, and for me, it's also about the structure on the.
Yes. On the inverse, no.
On the other, it's just hanging.
On the other, that looks awful, doesn't it? On the back.
Yeah.
On the reverse.
For me, it's still missing something.
Yeah. Well, on the
and
reverse.
It's going like backwards.
Yeah.
Actively going backwards.
On the reverse of this coin, there is a picture of the Tower of London. Yeah. Okay. On the flip side, very definitely. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The rear of the car, the back of the car. Good evening, Malak. Great to see you. On the flip side could be used to replace on the other hand. It's a perfect example, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good evening, AJ Add-on. Great to have you. Yeah. So on the flip side, we look at the positive side of something, and on the flip side, the negative things, the negative characteristics. Or we could look at the good characteristics. This product is really cheap and it's easy to get. On the flip side, it's not very good. Doesn't work so well. Yeah. So on the flip side is looking at the other side of something.
On the flip side, like conversely.
Yes. Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 second because they've still got this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think in the rear, in the back.
Is it formal?
No,
on
it's
the flip side.
It's informal. I'd give it a 4 in formality on the flip side. Yeah. Okay, and
the pandemic has proven that employees can successfully work from home, and they want to continue this flexibility, says Taylor. Ultimately, benefits like telework and flexible schedules are critical to attracting and retaining top, degree, shelf, tier, hierarchy, rung talent. And employers are aware of this.
Yeah, that's very good. So, top degree,
what do you
top
reckon?
shelf, top tier, top hierarchy, top rung talent.
Oh, greetings from Spain. Hola.
Hola, Hamilton. Okay, so
we're starting degree
from Camp Beauty.
Top shelf, Peter Puzz. Left right says tier. On the flip side,
on the other hand.
Top shelf.
That's Vitali.
What about today's Pakistan versus India match? No, we know nothing about that. Sorry.
So Duncan goes for top tier. Adam goes for top shelf.
Manjiro goes for shelf. Vladimir goes for top shelf, top tier. Jerry goes for degree. Tomic goes for top shelf. Amin, top shelf. Basically, all of them are going for top shelf.
No, Kike's going for top degree.
Okay.
Peter, top shelf, or top shelf. Oksana's gone for top tier. Okay, great to have you, nutbolts. Rakanishu, it's my daughter.
Yeah, come on, man.
Okay, Maria Mikkonen's gone for tier. Nora's going for degree. Knife's gone for shelf.
Top shelf is a bartender speak for the most expensive alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I'm thinking about a magazine that goes on the top shelf.
Yeah.
Is pornography.
Yeah.
In the top shelf of the newsagent. So I'm going to give you all a clue. Top shelf is not the right answer.
Basically, all of you have gone for top shelf.
So top drawer, Vitaly, definitely. Top notch, very good as well.
Top notch.
Yeah, top notch is a good collocation.
Yeah,
top notch talent.
Lovely collocation.
AJ goes for degree. So super goes for top tier. Hi to you in France. So left or right says congrats to all who picked tier.
He's really sure. Yeah, good.
Okay, it's a really good qualification. It's about quality. And that's why it's top tier. So left, right, and Alma, yes. Top tier is definitely the answer.
Yeah.
So what's the meaning of this word hierarchy, Lizzie?
Hierarchy. So hierarchy talks about power, I would say.
Yeah, the most important to the least important.
Exactly. And in a company, if you're talking about hierarchy, you would have boss, middle management, etc., etc.
Yeah, so this would be talking about the top jobs.
Exactly.
And here they're talking about top talent. Yeah. Okay, top rung. A rung is normally a step on a ladder. Yeah. Renyard goes for top tier, Malak goes for top hierarchy, Manji for top degree, Roland for top tier.
Tier is animal in German. Oh, nice to know.
Yeah. Okay.
Hierarchy, pecking order.
That's a good phrase, isn't it? Yeah. So Alma go, yes, team. Yeah, you've done very well. On the flip side, on the other hand. Definitely. So top degree. Ugh, no. Well, maybe they've got very good university degrees.
Exactly.
But that doesn't mean that that's only young people. Yeah. Generally. Top shelf, we were talking about pornography.
Yeah, like the good alcohol in the bar.
Yeah, and top rung, I guess at the top of the ladder, top rung would be talking about top hierarchy. Yeah. No, top tier. Yeah, pecking order, hierarchy, very good one. Okay, so top tier. Yeah, the different tiers. A tier is a level. Yeah. Whoops. There we go. Thank you very much. That looks slightly better, but I still haven't got it. I'm not so good at this. What? That's it. Yeah, okay.
Peter Puz says, according to Collins Dictionary, top shelf should also work here.
Okay, it might work, but the original article says top tier.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. I guess top shelf fits. Top level, very definitely. Yeah. But in the original article by the BBC, top tier, the very best people.
Okay, best or high quality US idiomatic.
Okay.
Top notch, excellent. Of course, I bought a bottle of top shelf whiskey. That's an example.
Yeah.
Written idiomatic, describing books, magazines, or movies that have adult content or softcore pornography. And in Canada, for ice hockey, the upper part of the goal.
Okay, so
maybe in the States, it does apply.
Okay, so
idiomatic.
Top shelf is acceptable, but top tier is what's in the original, is what I'm going for as well. So we need to read this.
Yeah, let's go for it because they're already answering.
Yeah, they're way ahead of us.
They're way ahead of us. We got stuck. If you could work remotely for one person, you can actually remote work for anybody else, including Potentially, arguably, maybe, debatably, allowably, employers, not in your immediate area, adds Middlemiss. So, if you know now that's how you want to live and work, it's important to be aware that there could be lots more opportunities open to you.
I think at least two of these fit, and maybe badly a third. So count goes for potentially. Gabriel as well. Vitali as well. Top tier career. Yes, Roland. Vibes potentially. Super potentially. Nora potentially. Abira potentially. Okay.
Why is N?
I don't understand, Sienna. So good evening, Sherwin. Great to see you. Okay, on the road. Duncan potentially. Thank you, Jane. And oh,
The Y is finishing in ly instead of potential. Oh, okay.
okay, potential. Because it's
What word is it describing?
That's good. It's describing including.
Not employers.
Yeah, it's describing employers, not employers, but including, and therefore an adverb. Okay, and left right goes for potentially. Tomek.
It says I'm breaking up from time to time.
Okay.
Yeah, we are sharing one microphone on my computer. Maybe it's not the best option, but yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Tomek for potentially. Adam, Manji, Oksana. Only potentially and maybe could fit. That's a good answer, Oksana. Amin says potentially left or right, maybe works as well. I would make it my second choice, left or right. Vladimir potentially and maybe.
Okay.
Peter for potentially, left or right, arguably works as well. I agree left or right, but I don't like the meaning very much. Arguably works.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's more possible than arguably. Yeah. Potentially means it could happen. It's possible. Yeah.
Prospect or possibility.
Yeah. Potentially tomorrow could be the best day of my life.
It could possibly be.
Yeah, possibly. Roland goes for potentially. Maria, arguably or potentially. Alma, arguably also. Jerry goes for maybe.
Okay, so it's divided between potentially and maybe.
Okay, so maybe is my second answer, and I think it fits.
Yeah.
Arguably also fits. It's my third answer, but it doesn't really fit the meaning of the sentence very well. So, potentially, what does potentially mean, Liz?
So, potentially in this context, like it would refer to employers that could be hiring them, that could possibly be hiring them.
Yeah,
like something that could happen.
Okay, and clearly allowably doesn't work. And going back to Sienna's question, notice including potentially including.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we've got all these adverbs here. Yeah, because it's modifying including. It's not modifying potentially. So let's see. Okay, left right, it fits, but perhaps in the context of this, it's not so good.
Yeah.
That's why I give it a third one. Have a wonderful Monday to you as well, VG. Arguably seems like an aggressive word in this context. Yes, it is. And I think that potentially is much, much more neutral. You could argue this is true. There is an argument for it, but it's probably not true. So,
my goodness.
Yeah, it's good.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Not COVID. There is already overpowering, irrepressible, indomitable, breathtaking, overwhelming evidence of increased job hopping, jumping, leaping, bouncing, skipping, as workers emerge from the pandemic with a sharper focus on what they want their works and home routines to look like moving forward.
Oh, we got two here. There is already evidence. Overpowering, irrepressible, indomitable, breathtaking, overwhelming evidence of increased job hopping, job jumping, job leaping, job bouncing, job skipping. as workers emerge from the pandemic.
So what do you think?
Okay, so Alna goes for skipping.
Okay.
And Gabriel for overwhelming. VT has the potential to become a good nephew, definitely. Vitali goes for overwhelming. But if you have to choose between two options, I'm not quite with you, Maria. So Abira, overwhelming and job hopping. Nora for overwhelming. Vitali for job hopping. Count Beauty for overwhelming and job hopping. Duncan for overwhelming and hopping. Leferite overwhelming. Oksana overwhelming and hopping. Adam irrepressible and hopping.
Okay.
Sienna overwhelming and hopping. Vibes for overwhelming and hopping. So does Tomek. So does Manji. So does
Tomek went for bouncing.
Oh, for bouncing. Thank you for that. And this is Vladimir. Vladimir went for overwhelming and leaping.
Okay.
And Alna goes for breathtaking or overwhelming and job skipping. Okay, Renyard for overwhelming and job skipping. Firstly, it seems there's an overwhelming majority of people who have gone for
overwhelming.
And this is a good collocation, overwhelming evidence. So if something's overpowering, what does overpowering mean?
Okay, somebody else is going for overpowering down there now.
So I'm starting to write overpowering, overwhelming. Yes. Okay, if something's overpowering, for example, a smell, there's an overpowering smell of fish cut in this room. It smells awful. Yeah. Or an overwhelming majority of you have voted for overwhelming. Yeah. If something is overpowering, it's too strong. I put too much chili in this and the taste is overpowering.
It kind of takes over everything.
Okay, if somebody is irrepressible, you can't keep them down. And irrepressible and indomitable have the same idea.
Yeah.
His spirit is irrepressible. It's indomitable. Yeah. And what about breathtaking? That's amazing. It was breathtakingly expensive. Okay, so. And Renyard goes for overwhelming job skipping, Jerry for overwhelming and leaping, Amin for overwhelming, Malak for overpowering. Okay, to be stronger than. Maria Mikkonen goes for overwhelming and hopping. Roland goes for overwhelming evidence and job hopping. And it raises arguments. Vibes goes for overpowering, overtaking the feeling. Yeah. Yeah, I've got an overpowering desire to do this. Breathtaking is like jaw dropping. Incredible. Really that's a breathtaking view. Jaw dropping is a good. You're breathtaking. Yes, she is. Okay, so irrepressible and indomitable, you can't put them down. You can't stop them because you knock them down, they get up again. And job.
What do you guys think? So as I've read about job hopping, is the fact of changing from one job to the next, to the next, to the next.
I think job skipping
would work,
but I think to skip, I skipped school yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think if I'm job skipping, I'm not going to work. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to. Okay, a hop is a little jump or a little leap. These two words, jumping and leaping, are the same. And bouncing, boing, boing, boing. No, a hop is a little jump, to hop from one place to another. Yeah. I'm just going to hop out for a minute. I'm going to hop over to my friend's house. And this is the idea. Indomitable, like inextinguishable. That's a really good one. Breathtaking view, perchance, definitely. And he has an indomitable will that would not bend the knee. That's a great example as well. So job hopping, definitely. So to hop. To hop. What is to hop?
Hop, to jump, and like many little jumps.
Yeah, like a frog. A frog hops.
And a rabbit hops.
Yeah, a rabbit hops as well.
The
We're-
thing, a frog can also leap.
yeah, but that's right in the air, whereas hop wouldn't.
Yeah. A frog might just leap in the water.
Okay, conclusive evidence, overwhelming evidence, definitely. Yeah, indomitable ghouls in asterisks, yes, definitely. I know that word's in asterisks in the beginning. Good evening, Shamblu. Okay,
Seems like a continuous action.
yeah, same in Swedish, says Maria. Okay, nice.
Like the buses, hop on and hop.
Hop off, yeah. I'm going to hop on the bus.
Yep.
Hop in my car. I'll give you
Yeah.
a lift. Okay, I can understand. I mean,
Yeah.
okay. Although we have Sienna out there, I think she's in Korea at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least in Barcelona, tourists mention that hop in, hop off.
Yeah.
Definitely. So,
in the US, a new survey from PwC suggests that nearly 2/3 of workers are on the hunt for a new position, while figures from leading UK jobs site Total Jobs suggests that more than 3/4 of Britons are ardently, spiritedly, briskly, hardly, eagerly, actively searching.
so ardently, spiritedly, briskly, hardly, eagerly, actively. So Roland says a leap of faith. That's a good word. Okay.
Actively.
From
Already
vibes.
actively.
And Vitali goes actively and count.
Actively. Please do the tab accent again so I can hear it.
So you can hear it.
Yeah.
So what do you want? A glass of water or something?
Yes, please.
Yeah, please. Go on, give it to me. Okay. And jaw dropping. Jaw dropping sounds rather informal. Absolutely. Breathtaking is much more formal than jaw dropping. Yeah. Lovis goes for writhing. Wow, no, it's not there. So Jerry says eagerly. Oksana goes actively. Duncan for actively. A kangaroo definitely hops, Hamilton. Definitely. Peter goes for actively.
So
Job leaping. No,
fit.
it didn't fit. It didn't fit, Jerry. It's job hopping. Job hopping's just a little jump. Alna goes for eagerly or actively. Sienna goes for actively. Manji goes for ardently. Abira goes for eagerly. Nora thinks about ardently. Left, right's laughing. And Roland goes eagerly.
But the glass of water?
Yeah, you want a glass of water?
I definitely would like a glass of water.
So, what's up with you? What's wrong? What do you think you're doing? Oh, effing hell. So, left, right says actively.
Okay.
So, which one is definitely wrong, Lizzie?
Definitely wrong, briskly.
I think hardly's definitely.
Okay, yeah. I was, yeah. Hardly, yeah.
I think briskly is definitely wrong.
Hardly is the wrong one. Why is it wrong?
Because hardly means almost not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it would mean that they're not searching.
Yeah. So brisk. What is brisk?
Quick.
Yeah, quick or rapid. Yeah. So these two definitely out. Ardently, spiritedly, eagerly, and actively. I think they all work, but there's clearly one of these that is the best.
Ardently doesn't fit so well for me. Like passionately searching.
Yeah, I love her ardently.
Yeah.
This is my most ardent, which is burningly strong. Yeah, if your boss is really, really horrible to you, and they make you work 100 hours a week for 10 euros a month, then you're ardently going to look for another job.
Yeah. yeah,
So
that's not the case.
Ardently is definitely the worst one here. Okay, so desperately searching. Here I think they're not desperate. Ardently would be desperate. So left right says congrats to all who picked actively. Maria says actively or eagerly. Renyard goes for eagerly. Malak goes for eagerly. Malak goes for briskly and hardly. No, exactly. Good, Malak.
The thing here, I wouldn't go think about it as desperately because I guess these are people who already have a job.
Yeah. Oh, briskly. That's right. Hastily, rapidly. Yeah. Okay, thank you for your presence, Sienna. Brisk walking, that's
Exactly.
good. I hardly can find a job. Yes, that's the idea, Malak.
Exactly.
And Oksana frantically could fit as in a pessimistic article. But this here is much more neutral. Yeah? If they're eagerly, they really want. If they're spiritedly, they don't give up. This is like indomitable or irrepressible, spiritedly. But
Yeah, actively.
actively, definitely. Actively.
Hello, Phoenix.
Okay, so if you're actively doing something, you do it every day. They're looking for another job. Yeah, actively just says they are doing it, whereas eagerly says they want to, spiritedly without giving up, and ardently, incredibly. Yeah. Yeah. I'm spiritedly waiting for my first son. That's a good example, definitely. Okay, so if you're doing something actively, you're not passive. It's like active vocabulary, the words that you can use, that you know how to use, not the passive ones that you understand.
That you don't use.
Yeah, okay, so they're actively looking. He's actively trying to make things better. And
managers who are continuing to champion, protect, captain, campaign, crusade, sponsor remote working are quick to argue that their approach is already having a positive impact on recruitment. We have had developers applying to work for us from France, from the UK, from Belgium.
so to champion, protect, captain, campaign, crusade, sponsor. And note there is no preposition here. Fervently, yeah, fervently is very strong. It's certainly stronger than actively. Good evening, yes, it's me. Yeah, a glass of water, mate. A glass of water, mate. That's the phrase exactly, left or right. Count Beauty goes champion. Vitali goes for champion. Manji goes for champion. Alna goes for sponsor. Vibes and Nora and Adam go for champion. Yeah. And Reynard and Gabriel and Leferite. I think you remember this word champion from last week.
Yeah.
It's good that we study. So, who continue to campaign for remote working, to crusade in favour of or for, to sponsor.
Yeah, because what's the meaning of sponsor?
Is normally to give money so that
something to be done.
For something to be done.
Service.
Yeah, to service. So we're down to either champion, protect, or captain. Okay, a captain's the person who gives orders.
Aye, aye, captain.
Aye, 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 captain. Okay, to captain, to send, to be the leader, but this is not the leader.
Yeah.
So let's see. Left, right goes for champion. Reynard Gabriel for champion. And you can be eager for something, but not act. Yes, that's it.
If you don't act, you won't get it.
Exactly. Abira goes for campaign. Wines ferment with an M, Maria. Duncan sponsor or champion. Vladimir protect. It's called loyalty. Yeah, thank you, left or right. Roland goes for champion. I'm also between champions and sponsor. Peter has no idea. Maria goes for champion. Okay, Sienna goes for champion. Jerry goes for champion. Oksana goes for protect. So why are they protecting him?
So my thought when I was reading this was that as there's some arguments against remote working, like some people might protect remote working.
Maybe.
That was kind of my idea, but no.
I don't like it. No. It's definitely champion if you remember from last week. So
if I say the Nazis sponsored state, what is its meaning?
The Nazis are behind it. They're financing it.
Exactly. They're giving money.
They're giving money. They are protecting it. Mm-hmm. They're backing it and helping it on.
Typo.
Captain Jack Sparrow. Absolutely. Sponsor, patronise. In a way, but patronise has this idea of well, to
Being
patronize.
condescending.
But in America, this series is patronized by, it's sponsored by, give money towards. Yeah, typo.
Where is the typo?
Okay, I
Could
think
be.
both are there.
Okay.
Champion works as a verb here. Yes, to champion. To champion, to support. David and Goliath. Goliath was the champion of the Philistines. When you've got two ancient armies, instead of the two armies fighting, each side chooses a champion and the two fight to the death. And the one that wins, that side wins and there's no battle. To champion for, no, Gabriel, just to champion.
No, but he's to campaign.
Campaign for. Oh, thank you very much, Lizzie. To champion is a noun and a verb. Yeah, to campaign for, definitely. To campaign for, to crusade in favour of, yeah, but to champion something. Campaign in favour of, absolutely vibes. So
Sherwin is surprised that champion is the answer.
I made a video about champion the other day, and I think you maybe you saw it. So left, right, the sponsorship offer will not roll in. Sponsorship offers will not roll in once you get to 100K. Absolutely left or right. Okay, so let me just do this and take a second to come through. Ferment as opposed to fervent. Yes.
Okay, typo. Now I guess.
Yeah, now we get it. Thank you, Maria. Okay, so very, very definitely to champion. He has been championing the cause of human rights. He's championing people in the third world. To champion, to fight for. That's very good. Okay, have a look at for the video, Alma, definitely. And Renyard, again, the name of Philistine. David and Goliath. Okay. Champion. So captain control. Yeah. That's which is quite good. Yes, Malak. So we need to read this. They're getting ahead of us again.
And that is because we have this flexibleness, flexibility, flexibility in place, argues Olga Beck-Fries, co-founder of a digital legal advice platform. We currently have no plans to adopt a full-time back-to-work policy.
So we're going to have a landslide for this one, I think. Yeah.
Flexibility all the way.
Yeah. So Vitaly, Nora, Adam, Vibes, Vladimir, like to encourage. Yes, Alma. Manji, Duncan, Count. Yeah. From the past class, well done, Jerry. I know you were here. Gabrielle for flexibility, to champion, to support. Absolutely. Abira, flexibility. Maria, Mona, Vitali, Goliath. That's it. Absolutely. And Sienna, flexibility. Flexibleness.
Yeah.
Okay, so my one question though is, what is a flex? A flex. So flexibleness.
A flex is a noun.
A flex. What is a flex?
So I was thinking to flex.
Okay, to flex is a verb, to bend. A flex is the cable that you have that goes to a light. So it's the wire.
Okay.
That's a flex, yeah? Because it's bendy and it moves around. This flexibility with an A is just wrong.
Yeah. Typo.
Yeah. So the first answer is flexibility.
Yeah.
Flexibleness. It might just be in the dictionary. I don't know. But flexibility is far, far more common than flexibleness. Yeah. Flex your muscles. Yes. Well.
Flex.
And Malak goes for flexibility. There's just the spelling, Rainyard. Yeah. With an A, it's a bad spelling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And flexibleness and countable.
So notice flexibleness.
Synonyms flexibility.
Flexibleness does exist, but it's much, much more common flexibility. Okay, so that's a clear way to see it. So flexibility number one, flexibleness number two.
Oh my goodness, what is the difference between flexibility and flexibility? Now, the second one doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's just wrong spelling.
Yeah, we're playing with your minds.
To flex, also to show off, to flaunt. Yeah, to flex your muscles.
Flex.
Yeah, flex. No, hi Sam, great to see you. It's really good. And
Meanwhile, Lindmark at Winning Temp argues some of the managers who choose to return to the office full time may end up revisiting, remeasuring, revaluing, reassessing their decisions.
so, is agility possible? I'm just going to
Go
look
back. This
at agility in place.
no, it doesn't work for me.
It doesn't work very well. I think it's probably just about okay, but it's not a very good answer. So, revisiting their decisions, remeasuring their decisions, revaluing their decisions, reassessing their decisions. I think this one's easy.
Yeah, and I think they're going for it.
Oh.
Vibes, reassessing.
Vitali,
reassessing. Super Dracorex, reassessing. Nora, reassessing. Duncan, Aina, Gabriel, Vladimir,
yeah.
Maria. Not Maria's talking about agility, but okay, all you guys are going for reassessing.
Vera's gone for revisiting.
Okay. Camp Beauty, reassessing. Mandura, reassessing. Mona, reassessing. Adam, reassess.
Okay, it's clearly a landslide here.
Yeah.
To reassessing. Reassessing. I think reassessing. I think I'm going to lose the second. No.
No, double S.
Double S in the first one. Reassessing.
I think it's double S for both.
You think it's double S for both? That's where I started. Okay, so to revisit, to go back to a place.
Reassessing, double S.
Yeah, they will be revisited. It's plausible, it's arguable, Mona, but it's not a good answer. I think reassessing, very definitely. To revalue, you're talking about the amount of money. I need to get this revalued because it's a long time since it was valued. No. To remeasure.
Do we measure our decisions?
Well, when you go to cut a piece of wood, you measure,
and then you remeasure,
and then you remeasure, and then you cut. Yeah.
And how about revisiting?
Okay, I think that you could.
They go back to your decision.
It could be, but I'm much happier about reassess. I think
evaluate again.
Yeah, maybe we are revisiting a subject we talked about last month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just revisited to champion in this class.
Yeah, that's a very good example. Okay, so yes, this is a landslide for reassessing. Left, right, Oksana, Maria, Jerry. Revisiting is plausible. Okay, Renyard, Roland. So I'm sorry, Sam, it's reassessing, and Duncan. Revisiting their decision at a later time. That's why it's possible. That's why I would accept it. So, yeah.
Okay, they're already answering.
Yeah.
He says the switch. He says the switch away from remote working could have an impact on productivity levels and profitability if staff choose to stay in their jobs yet aren't on hand, deck, ship, board with their company's strategy.
So, hand for Vitali. Reevaluate. Reevaluate would definitely work, Jerry.
It's a synonym of to reassess, to reevaluate.
Adding a time element seems like a necessary element with revisiting. Yes, and in this case, there is a time element as well. Vibes and Count Beauty go on board. Maria Mikkonen on hand. Manji on board. Super on board. Alna on board. Duncan on board.
Left, right, deck. On board. Nora board. Abura board.
Left, right goes for deck. He's
okay.
He's got
message retracted. Dun, 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 dun. Red and Simon on board. Left, right board.
Yes.
Oksana on board. Mona on board. Isam come around. What goes around comes around.
Yeah, what goes around comes around.
Okay, if their company strategy comes around, it could be.
Okay, let's see. If something's on hand, it's available. It's easy to get. I've got more pens on hand. I've got more staff on hand, something you can get to. On deck, standing on the ship.
Yeah.
On ship, part of the boat.
On the ship.
On the ship. Maybe not on deck, but in the ship. Whereas on board with, to be in agreement with. Yeah? And that's the idea. So are you on board with this decision? Thank you very much. Yeah? On board, very definitely. Board
hands on deck. That's a nice thing.
Hands on deck. I like it. Board and company go together quite well. Yeah, on board with their company. Are you on board with this decision?
Defo on board.
Defo on board. Okay, so I think that's probably a good point for us to stop.
Yeah.
Are you all on board with on board?
Really good.
That's great, Alma. I love it.
Lovely.
So, thank you all for coming. You've been a brilliant group.
Yeah, thank you so much. It has been lovely to participate again, and I guess I'll see you soon before December 2022, I hope.
Yeah, so on board. I would say on board is an idiom. To be on board with something.
On board with,
it's more than a phrase. Yeah, because you're on board the boat. Okay, it's like all being in the same ship. Are we all in the same ship? Yeah. Are we all on board before we leave? Yeah.
All on board.
Yeah. On the buses as well.
Yeah.
Everybody on board.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like deal with. No.
Really?
On board is to agree with, to agree with the strategy. So thank you all very much. Thank you, Alna from Barcelona. We're here in Galicia.
Yeah. Regards from Galicia.
Yeah. On board with this decision, definitely, Roland. Thank you, Oksana.
It was lovely to be here today. Thank you all. You're all great, and I've had loads of fun.
The bees are still alive, definitely left or right.
Switch about the bees.
Switch away from. Yes, is to move away from, to switch from one thing to another, to change. So thank you very much. To be on the same page, to be on board. That's a good one as well.
Really good.
So with a bit of luck, I will be back next week, unfortunately, probably without this wonderful young lady here.
I'll see you soon. See you next.
On board the bus is definitely correct. Thank you very much, all of you.
And train.
Yeah, on board the train as well. Yeah. And I will leave the chat open for a little bit so that you can chat amongst yourselves. So thank you for coming, and bye for now.
Bye for now.